can't handle the truth.
When you put cameras right in our face, we really don't know what to say.
Oh, I'm supposed to say something?
I ain't got nothing to say.
Come talk to me today. Be smart what you say.
You want me to say something?
I got the mic, dude.
I got nothing funny to say.
I don't need it.
I'm not Brett Favre.
Sorry to let them down.
Yeah.
Let's go, guys. It's a game. It's a game out here I want to play in.
Someday with experience, we'll have something funny to say.
Pull out your recorders and hide your children's eyes. You're about to enter the afternoon locker room.
Prince will kick it back out lead. Back to the left corner, Prince. He'll fire a three. Ring it up and put three on the board. Tayshaun Prince. It's a three for Tayshaun Prince. He was wide open, and Prince finally gets one to go. His first field goal of the night, but none bigger for the Grizz. They needed that one.
92.90 ESPN on that call. The Memphis Grizzlies doing what the last 16 opponents couldn't. Beat the Golden State Warriors. We'll have talk more about that and all things NBA as we continue on this fabulous program. Good afternoon. I'm Alvin Washington, and you are in tune once again to the funky, fabulous flow we call the guests on the show up here, courtesy of the Verizon Wireless Hotline, Verizon Wireless, and the Cellular Connection in Michigan City. Proud to help you come aboard America's most trusted 4G LTE network. Lots to talk about today. Our topic du jour, thoughts on the one-shirt protest by a member of the Cleveland Browns. A very appropriate and pointed protest that has yet another police union crying foul. Been seeing a lot of that lately. Anywho, plus, of course, you can give us a buzz. 573-200-6505. That's simple. 573-200-6505. You can also tweet us just by going to @ASN Plus or @ArenaSportsNet. Use the hashtag Afternoon Locker Room, and, of course, you can use the Facebook page Afternoon Locker Room. I want to lead off today with a recent milestone that was passed. For most of you who do indeed follow the NBA know by now that one Kobe Bryant has now passed his idol, per se, Michael Jordan, as the number 3 scorer in the history of the National Basketball Association, doing so this past Sunday night in, appropriately enough, Minnesota. Got to remember, the Lakers did start in Minneapolis way back when a guy named George Mikan ruled the center. And, of course, the Lakers have gone through not only a change of scenery, but a number of superstars have come through there. Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, the list goes on and on. Heck, the Lakers even boast NBA's Iron Man, AC Green. Over 1,000 consecutive games played. And to do it in an environment that, to most average NBA players, they would welcome, just because of the trappings that it affords them. AC Green was one of those guys where you could count on to be that moral guiding light, even though he really didn't talk about it too much. But yeah, he was, I could honestly say, the only professed virgin in the history of the NBA. That's not saying much, but hey, he was a part of those championship teams too. Steady as he ever was. But we're talking about Kobe Bryant here. A kid who came into the league at age 17 amidst a wave of high school to pros that finally ended with LeBron James coming into the league back in 2003. See, Kobe Bryant got in about 3 years after Kevin Garnett did, and is sitting on 4 more titles than Garnett. But as Kobe surpassed Michael Jordan, literally hours after that milestone, he was afforded the opportunity to do a quick blog for Derek Jeter's site, the Players Tribune. And he called this particular blog Zero. Interesting. The tagline was the journey from 0 to 32,310. This is the Afternoon Locker Room presented by Gigahertz. This portion brought to you by LaPorte County Life and LaPorteCountyLife.com. Have you heard the good news? 573-200-6505. Give us a buzz. Kobe pens this blog for the Players Tribune called Zero. And his first line says, "That's the number of points I scored the entire summer while playing in Philadelphia's Sunny Hill Future League when I was 12 years old. I didn't score, not a free throw, not an accidental layup, not even a lucky throw the ball up. Oops, it went in the basket." Now, mind you, let's look at this first sentence for what it is, especially when he mentions he's 12 years old. Do you realize the rather interesting numerological connection here? Kobe Bryant is penning about an event 24 years ago. What jersey is he wearing right now? 24. Interesting, isn't it? Kobe goes on to say in that opening paragraph, "My father, Joe Jelly Bean Bryant, and my uncle John Chubby Cox were future league legends in their day. My father is a 6'10" point forward, and my uncle is a 6'4" point guard. I was putting my family to shame. I considered maybe just giving up basketball and focusing on soccer. Here's where my respect and admiration was for MJ was forged. I learned that he had been cut from his high school team as a freshman. I learned he knew what it felt like to be embarrassed, to feel like a failure, but he used those emotions to fuel him, make him stronger. He didn't quit. So I decided to take on my challenge the same way he did. I would channel my failure as fuel to keep my competitive fire burning. I became obsessed with proving to my family, and more importantly to myself, that I can do this." I'm just wondering, with all the comparisons that have been made between Kobe and MJ over the years, and even the few short times that both have been on the same floor together, including All-Star games, that maybe, just maybe, upon hearing this particular portion of his blog, that you kind of sense, yeah, maybe he knew. Maybe he understood, which is why Kobe is what Kobe is. And looking at a video of comparing both players' moves, yeah, you can definitely see Kobe Bryant was studying the master. Fadeaways, drives to the bucket, various crossovers. Yeah, he studied MJ up, down, and around. The blog continues on to say, 24 years later, I passed my muse. What a journey this has been. Sending this mark is a huge honor. I'm aware of Father Time's curfew. He has sent me to my room to brush my teeth before he tucks me in, but it wouldn't be me if I didn't walk to the bathroom slowly. I wouldn't be me if I didn't act as if someone misplaced the toothpaste. I wouldn't be me if I didn't brush every tooth twice, brush my tongue 3 times, floss until my gums bleed, and rinse with mouthwash until the inside of my mouth burns and then goes numb. Yeah, unfortunately, there's still alcohol in mouthwash. Don't ask us why. I would not be the kid that bounced back after 0. And I would not be honoring the man that inspired me to challenge everything. Thank you all for your love and support. It is much appreciated, even if the villain in me refuses to acknowledge it all the time. Much love, Mamba out. Now, can we once and for all put down all these dang-blanged comparisons between Kobe and MJ? All right? Let's just call it for what it is. There's not going to be another MJ. There may be great imitations, but there's not going to be another MJ. I'm sorry. MJ is who MJ is because he set the table like that. You know, there's no way you're going to tell me that this kid, this youngster, didn't really understand what it took to be the best, because you just don't you just don't walk upon stuff like that without figuring out a way to put yourself in the mix night in, night out, and do it in such a way that you leave nothing to chance. You leave it all on the table. You let everybody know, look, this is who I am. This is how I roll. You either going to be on my team and roll with me, or you going to get rolled over. 5 rings is proof positive. What's interesting to note is that he won his first 3 with Shaquille O'Neal in tow. But everybody said the only reason you got those 3 rings was with Shaquille O'Neal in tow. He wound up winning 2 more. I am surprised folks didn't say you wouldn't have got those 5 rings if Phil Jackson was not the coach. Guess what? They're right. Outside of Pat Riley, Phil Jackson is the most decorated coach in Lakers history with 5 titles. Pat Riley couldn't even do that. And his teams went up against the Boston Celtics almost every other year during the Showtime era. They couldn't muster up 5 titles. So you got a lot of spokes in this. You really do. But what is refreshing to understand is that as Kobe Bryant slowly fades into the background, the appreciation for what Kobe has meant to the league, and what Kobe has meant to the LA Lakers, and more importantly, what Kobe has meant to himself, by far is going to mean much more